and welcome to a new video. There's no reason for me to be starting this outside. I'm just sitting outside right now and it's nice out. So, my dog is sitting on the couch right next to me and he's got really big jowls, so he slobbers a lot, and there's just so much slobber on that couch right now. Alright, off topic, let's get into what this video is. I'm going to be doing this video ends when I find a 5-star read, because I have not read like an actual 5-star, like a Zodiac Academy. For me, I'm reading the series right now. The books are really bad writing wise, but like vibes wise, it's a 5-star, so it's not like a technical 5-star, so I can't count them. But otherwise, I haven't read a 5-star since Emily Wild's Compendium of Lost Tales, and I read that in February. It's now May. So, if you haven't seen these videos before, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just keep reading books until I get a 5-star, and then I end the video when the book that I read is a 5-star. So, yeah. The book I'm reading right now is, I started it last night, but I'm keeping it in for this video, is The 9-Month Contract by, I think Amy Dawes is the author. I am reading it on my Kindle. It's on, I canceled my Kindle Unlimited subscription for a month because I'm trying to force myself to read more of my TBR, but I need to read this book for the romance book club at the bookstore I work at, and it's on Prime Reading, which is like what you get for having Prime, so I'm reading it for free through there. I read like 150 pages yesterday, but it's basically about this guy. He's 38, I think, and he knows he doesn't want to get married, but he does really want to have a kid. So it's, the first part is following him trying to find a surrogate, and then he meets his niece. His niece finds a surrogate for him, and it's about him and her, and they're, obviously it's a romance, so their relationship. There's a bird. I can't tell if he's trying to dry his wings or if he's dying. He's just leaning against the ground like this. So I'm gonna check on him after I film this intro. But yeah, so that's the first book. I don't have a set TBR for this video, so. But I'm going, oh, he's fine. Okay, he's fine. He just flew away. Sorry, I probably should not have started this video outside. I'm getting so distracted. So that's the first book, The 9-Month Contract. I really shouldn't be picking it because I'm 97% sure it's not gonna be 5-star, just because I don't like the pregnancy trope. So not getting off on a great start, but yes. And then I will come to you when I pick up my next book and give you a review of this one. Like I said, I'm about 150 pages in. I'll probably finish it today. Probably gonna sit and read out here for a little bit with my puppers. So I will see you when I have an update. I completely forgot. I filmed clips last night of me reading this. Oh, hi, Wendell. Wendell's standing in the doorway looking at me because he's not an outside kitty cat. I filmed clips of it last night. They were mostly just like aesthetic B-roll, whatever. But there was one, which I'll insert all of them after this. I forgot how uncomfortable this book makes me. Like, I was planning to read this for the video before I started it, so I'm keeping up with that, even though before I technically started this video, I started it and I was kind of uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable. I just started reading the chapter that I left off on. The first thing that's happening is his surrogate's getting an ultrasound, and it's just, I'm so uncomfortable. That was Gracie, if you just heard her cough. Because it's all about this pregnancy, right? Which, fine, in itself is not what makes me uncomfortable. It's both of their attractions to each other is just so, I cannot. But I'll put those clips in now, and you can enjoy them, because the one is of me just like absolutely laying in bed. I look kind of gross. You'll see. You will see. Guys, I am highly uncomfortable with what is happening right now. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm gonna have to go sit and discuss this with a group of adults. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, hi guys. I have officially finished the 9-month contract by Amy Dawes. This was a doozy. She's not my 5-star. But truly, I feel like another story by Amy Dawes I could really like. I loved the writing style for the most part, and I enjoyed both of our main characters. I really enjoyed the whole character dynamics and everything that was going on there. I was a little weirded out because one of the characters, her name's Everly, she's 18, and there's a lot of TikTok references, which I don't love reading in my books, but that was just at the beginning. But what made me really uncomfortable throughout the whole thing, firstly, was, God, I don't even want to talk about it. So awkward. Did I tell you what I rated this? Let's start from the top. I rated this a 3.5 because of how uncomfortable I felt throughout most of it. But the writing, I really did enjoy the writing. So like I said, another Amy Dawes book I could enjoy. But the plot just really wasn't something I was going to enjoy, and I knew that going in, so that's not totally fair because I'm just not a pregnancy trope person. 2, very spicy. Too much spice for me, maybe for other people, but for me, too much spice. And the spicy scenes made me really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. On that note, I don't even want to talk about it. So, this is a surrogate story, right? It's about this guy wanting to have a kid and not have a wife. So he has a surrogate, and how they go about getting her pregnant, I feel like I don't want to say anymore. You should just know from this reaction that it was so uncomfortable to read about. Beyond uncomfortable to read about. Because they did it at home, but it was spicy, but it was not together spicy. It was ranch cups and syringes, okay? That's all I'm gonna say, ranch cups and syringes. And I was so uncomfortable. So, there's that for you. Now I have to pick out the next book I'm going to read. I did just get a book. I really want to read it. I do. It's The Sixth Extinction by Elizabeth Kolbert. I really want to read this one, but I don't really rate nonfiction books, so I feel like that's unfair for the challenge. So I won't be reading this one as much as I want to. I think I'm going to read House of Blight. This is She. This is actually my book club's book of the month. Oh, he's a little cute. Book club's book of the month. I don't remember too much about it. It's something about healers. She's a thread mender, so she can cure disease and heal injuries. But saving someone else's life sacrifices a sliver of her own life. So I am really excited for this one, and I think I could really, really love it. So this is the next book for the challenge. Hopefully it's 5-star. Hi guys, I'm reading House of Light still. I am 280-ish pages in, so I've got like just under 100 left now, I think. I'm not gonna finish it tonight because it's already past 11. But there's this character, it's feeling vaguely love triangle to me. And I don't trust one of the characters. I don't trust him at all. But we're getting like a spicy scene with him. So I feel like the author wouldn't do that if it wasn't like, this wasn't the character we were going with for her love interest. But I don't trust him. I do not trust him at all. And I much prefer the other love interest, who I think is less love interesty. But I prefer him so much more than this one. And you'll pick up on this, I feel like, as soon as you start reading. But stop. Don't want to spoil too much. But, what do you mean? I don't trust him. Ugh, okay. I'm gonna keep reading. Hi, I did finish House of Light last night, like I said I was going to. My anger did not get any better. I felt so much anger towards this character. And I will not tell you if it was warranted or not because that spoils it, because I think you'll figure out who the character is, and I don't want to spoil these things. So, but I ended up rating it 4 stars. So I have not yet met that 5-star read. But little gist about this book. Blight is this illness where people get like pustules and really, really sick. And our main character, Adira, is a thread mender, which is essentially a magical healer. Basically, every body is made out of threads, and she can essentially wind the threads back together if they like fall apart in illness or injury. But every time she does that, she injures her own threads, so she's slowly dying every time she heals someone, but she can't heal herself. So there's that. Her brothers end up contracting blight, and she makes a deal with the Evers, and the Evers are immortal. They're not technically fairy, but they're like these mismatched kind of people. They've got like animal characteristics. It's kind of like the Cruel Prince, where like Cardan has a tail. That some of them have horns, some have wings. Like there's some wild things, but they all glamour themselves so they look like real people. But they're Evers. They're immortal essentially. And she ends up making a deal with Oren, who's an Ever. Like I think it's called like an Ever bond, maybe, to help figure out the cure for blight, because no one's been able to figure it out, not even threadmenders. And he will essentially cast her brothers in this magic coffin thing that slows down the progression of the illness. So that's the gist of the book. Again, rated at 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. There's just some things, it was a little slow, like after the beginning and then before the midpoint there was just a slow chunk that I kind of lost it. And then there's some points where Adira, I was like, how did she got really sassy in the middle. And I was like, I feel like she did not start out really sassy. It just kind of came out of nowhere. But I enjoyed it. It just felt like a little hiccupy. I don't know. So that is House of Light. And we have yet to reach our 5-star read. Now the next book I'm going to read, I did not grab it, sorry. Next book I'm going to read is The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. McLean. I have high hopes for this book. I do, because it gives Newt Scamander Fantastic Beasts vibes, and that's my favorite. I love Fantastic Beasts so much, because I love the mythical beasts and stuff. I don't really care about the plot, I just care about the animals, and obviously Newt. And of course, Vincent has to use the scratching post right this very second, because when don't they? So as far as I know, it follows, I don't know the main character's name, Alia, maybe? Follows Alia, and she is essentially a zookeeper at this phoenix zoo. Is it only phoenixes? No. She's a phoenix keeper at a zoo for magical creatures. And that's really all I know about it. Comes a warm hug of novel featuring a magical zoo teeming with mythical beasts and a soul-restoring queer romance at its heart. So. Oh, okay. And the Griffin Keeper is her arch rival from college. So, sold immediately. I really, 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 really want to enjoy this one. I have so many high hopes for this book. So yeah, that's that. And I'm going to not get started reading now, but today I will start this book and keep you updated as I go. Hi guys, so I didn't mean to update you while I was reading Phoenix Keeper. I really meant to update you during it, but I was sick for a couple days, so I wasn't reading a ton. I was reading like a chapter or two a day. And then yesterday I was feeling better and I binged 200 pages of this after work and then binged the rest of them today before work and after work. So I'm done with it now. Sorry I didn't update you throughout, but we have found our 5-star. This is way easier than I thought it was going to be because this is our third book of the readathon, I believe. And we've already got her. I shouldn't have been avoiding this book. I was avoiding it because I had such high hopes for it, and then I was worried that the hopes were going to fall through, but they did not. It was wonderful. So to give you a little bit better of explanation of what the book is, because I did not do a good job when I started, it follows, I believe her name is Isla? Couldn't tell you that much, but she is a phoenix keeper at this zoo. Technically she cares for other birds other than the phoenix, but she's the head phoenix keeper, and the specific species of phoenix that she cares for is extinct in the wild. They only exist in captivity, and basically it's been her dream to sort of work with phoenixes and have a captive phoenix breeding program. This probably, to me, I love this book so much because I am such a biology and zoology nerd, so this book was just amazing. And if you're not that kind of person, you probably won't care for this book. So there was a breeding pair of phoenixes at another zoo, but right when the chicks were about to hatch, someone poached the chicks and the female phoenix because their feathers are worth a lot and like immortality gear or something. So Ayla's working really hard to get that male phoenix from the other zoo to her zoo, so that her female phoenix, Rubra, I think is how you pronounce that, can have a mate and can hopefully have chicks. So the first half, like I don't know, this much of the book is about her just stressing about trying to get this male phoenix into her care and impressing the zoo directors and all these things. And then the next bit is like, they have the phoenixes, they're together, they hate each other. How do we make them not hate each other? It's an academic rivals sort of previous academic rivals to Lover's situation with her co-worker, whose name is Luciana, I think, Luce. And she is a griffin keeper at the zoo, and she does these griffin shows, and Ayla just has a grudge against her. But then they don't, because it's academic rivals Lovers, obviously. I guess I'm not doing a much better job at explaining this. But their relationship develops, and I absolutely love it. It was so good. All the characters, everything in this book is so good. It's pretty low stakes, besides the fact that, you know, they risk a whole species going extinct. Besides that, it's low risk. I would say last this much, probably, of the book. Things pick up a lot. There's some crime, I guess. And a character who I really wanted to bash his head in. There's a Kelpie in this, which is like this not man-eating, carnivorous seahorse, essentially. That's what a Kelpie is. And Loki was like, can you just feed that guy to the Kelpie? That's what I was hoping for. But I just had so much fun. And Ayla, I just feel so much for her character. She was just, she was so, I don't know how to describe it, the most awkwardly precious human being on the planet, and I love her so deeply. She struggles a lot with anxiety and not being able to talk to people, not being able to talk to basically anything except for her creatures at the zoo and her best friend Tanya. And it was so good. It was so good. And it is, like I said, my first 5-star and the end of the video, because we've reached my 5-star, and I'm so happy. And I recommend this book to, I want to say everyone, but I know for a fact this will not be everybody's cup of tea, because it's low stakes. Literally the whole thing takes place at the zoo. If you don't like zoo animals, probably not your thing, but I would really want you all to consider it, because I think it also has a great message about conservation. And I don't want to get up and be like, obviously I went to school for marine biology. I'm very passionate about conservation and things like that, so this book was just so special to me, and I don't want to be obnoxious in everyone's face about that, but I think it really would be a great read, and maybe insightful to some of you who don't really care about conservation. And with that, I need to go rewatch Fantastic Beasts right now, because it does have that Fantastic Beasts, mystical creatures, and the really awkward keeper who doesn't know how to talk to people, because she was just like new. I love new. So yeah, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you consider reading The Phoenix Keeper, because I know I hadn't heard of it before I saw it in the back of another book it talks about. So I'm sure it's not very popular. So highly recommend you go check this out. And yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you somewhere else on the internet. Bye.